here with Representative Brian Blake from the 19th District. How are you today?
Doing well, thank you.
You guys have been very busy on the floor, passing bills morning, evening, all the time. And one of the bills that passed recently was your SALMONID hatcheries bill.
Yeah, that's House Bill 1071, and it builds on a bill that was passed a couple years ago by Representative Finn that allowed public-private partnerships if a hatchery had been closed due to budget cuts. And one of those hatcheries did close in that instance, and that partnership was able to form, and it's successful. But this bill will allow a cost recovery fishery on the chum salmon species only, and allow those fish to be recovered when their value is higher in the open water. And those revenues then would be used to operate the hatchery facility and keep that production going, and maybe even increase production, which will make those fish available for tribal fisheries and other commercial fisheries and to our sports fishermen. We were able to preserve those jobs, and those folks, they were operating the hatchery, they know the facility, and it's a good thing to be able to retain those jobs and that knowledge.
Because of all the floor action that you guys are having right now and everything really is very crazy, could you please explain to our viewers what happens to a bill from the moment it is born until it's signed by the governor?
Well, it's a fairly simple but complicated process. A bill idea is formed, it's drafted, and a blue sheet is acquired, and you either put your name on that blue sheet and put it in the hopper, or you might take it around and get several signatures. A good strategy is to get alternating parties on the lines of the sheet and make it a bipartisan bill. And then that bill is introduced and read into the record and referred to a committee. And then that committee will either schedule it for a hearing or not schedule it. You're subject to the chairman of that committee and their desires. And so a bill can be stopped about anywhere in the process. But hopefully you do get a hearing and people testify, and if you're successful, the bill may get modified in committee and passed out with a majority vote. If it has a fiscal impact, then it may go to a fiscal committee. And if you're successful there, it moves on to Rules Committee. And if you can get the bill pulled out of Rules onto the floor calendar, called the second reading calendar, then you hope to then get it pulled to the floor for third reading and passage. And then it starts all over again because it goes across the rotunda to the Senate and has to work its way through the process over there.
Okay.
And then hopefully the governor signs the bill.
All right, well, let's hope that your bills get signed eventually. And I know that you're very busy, so please go back to the floor, and thank you for having us today.
Thank you.